off a little early, so should. All right. All right. Hello and welcome. It is Sunday. I'm Shadow Spectre 11, and this is the Snowbirds meeting room with Space Guy Ty and Super Shave.
Howdy.
What's up?
And today we're going to talk about the Q&A for the Zeus and 3.24 leaks, and also Space Guy Ty is in Evo and he can talk about what he's encountered already. And then the big question, what what should we expect at CitizenCon? That's going to be an interesting topic. So, as you know, that the pledge store has got a facelift. So I'm going to bring that up. Give me one moment.
Oh, Shadow.
Yes, sir.
I'll also take testing requests if anybody wants me to test a certain thing or see about something. I'll do my best to figure it out. It might take a little time, but you'll have to relay it to me. You'll have to relay any questions to me because I can't. I still only have one screen. I can't see the chats while I'm in the game.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and kick it over. And here we are. Okay, so we now have. Get the music straightened out. This is the new RSI store. So, I thought this was like really cool that they did this. They did say that they were going to fix this and get this straightened out. Hey, Tribunal, what's up, man? Um, they did say they were going to work on this, and hey, Brian, and here it is, and it's still to some people it's probably still a little clunky because they're not used to it. Um, you can click on a certain manufacturer and bring it up, and it shows everything that is here ready to go. You can filter it out to see what is available for purchase or unavailable for purchase. And there's certain ships that you will, it's flight ready, but it's not available to buy. So there's the Idris, the Idris M, the Idris P, the Javelin, the Nautilus, the Nautilus Solstice Edition, the Pirate Gladius, Reclaimer Best in Show, the Redeemer, stuff that they've actually just recently pulled. Um, you've got the Firebird, not for sale, and all these different ships. Oh, they even showing the Raven on here, shaved, and that's $200.
But not available.
But not available. You can't get the ship, but it's got some good stuff to it. I was pretty impressed with it. I think it's a nice upgrade to what's there,
Yeah.
and it's really kind of cool. So next on the agenda for today, I just wanted to go in here real quick and check it out. But the Zeus. So there is as you know, the Zeus was introduced to us last year at CitizenCon, and This is a very controversial ship right now. Uh, it is still tentative in the 3.24 cards. We're not exactly sure when that's going to drop or 3.24.2. That's when they said they were going to drop it, but it's still in the cards on the website as tentative. So we have no idea when that is going to hit. But with the Zeus, there was the Q&A on it, and hey, Gortok, what's up, man? Um, we know that the ES and the CL are going to make it into this patch. You all good, man? Excellent. So, to take a look at the ES, hey, Billy's Brew, what's up, man? Um, let me get to, okay. Here's the mark to the ES exterior. In the leaks that we did see, okay, they did a walkthrough of the ship, and it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Now remember, this isn't a year old uh, comp link, so things have changed, especially in the CL. So that's the exterior. We've seen the actual airlock, and you know what? They did a great job with that airlock, where it's got the pathway to get to the airlock now.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so when we go into the interior of the ES, we know that it's a multiple deck ship. The ladder and airlock, real nice. I agree. That ladder, I'm loving that. I'm going to
Everybody loves the ladder.
That ladder is cool.
I mean, I've just got a cutter. That's not a big ship, but I would still like a cockpit entry, right? I just.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And we know that the cargo hold on the CL has changed, because originally, I'm going to go ahead and jump to that one. The interior, the cargo hold has grown a little bit because you couldn't get to the components if you had all the cargo, and that was an issue. So they did a rework on it, as we've seen from the ISC, that you now have access to the components if the ship is full of cargo, which makes it much better. And then especially the size 2 tractor beam that retracts into the ship and doesn't sit outside of the ship. I thought that was a nice touch. The arm,
Yeah.
dude. So, anybody got any questions, comments about this? I mean, this is like
Plus, it's got three
big.
size 2 shields, and that's just impressive.
That is
on
pretty impressive.
okay, but we know that the ES
Has 4.
has 4
Yeah.
size 2 shields. I mean,
4 size 2s.
Yeah.
yeah.
What did the other one have? 'Cause I thought you said 3 size 3s.
No.
Oh, okay.
Two
What?
size, 2 size 2s. But remember,
2 size 2s. Okay.
this.
3 size 3s sounded excessive.
3
But
size 2s for the CL.
but I think this. Excuse me. It hasn't changed the shield size over the year that it was coming out.
Originally, the ES had 4 size something. I don't recall what size, but it
Mm-hmm.
was impressive. And it was like, okay, that's something I probably should have.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
they recently overhauled with the new
Sure.
MFDs and the engineering coming in. They've overhauled the components of all ships. I
Mm,
imagine the Zeus got a pass. I don't know what it was before and what it is now, but I'm pretty sure that they at least looked at it and made a couple of changes to bring
yeah.
it in line with what they were envisioning.
So, oh, Ty said if you have any requests of while he's in 3.24.2, please put it out there. Let him know, and he'll try and get to it so he can tell you about what he sees. He can't show us, but he can talk about it. Okay, so everybody's asking where is the MR? And unfortunately, we know that the MR is not has not had any work done on it as we know of at this point. Um,
Well, until bounty hunting, the next version, it comes into play.
yeah, I believe they're holding off on that until they've got version 2 uh, set up and running. Okay, there's some new information. A video of both new quantum travel and entry music. Oh my god, they're showing all this stuff. Yeah, there is a buff coming, Gortok, and you're absolutely right about that. Um, with the new buff, my ship, my favorite, one of my favorites, the MSR is getting a shield buff. The Reclaimer is also getting one, and for an industrial ship, with the new buff, that thing is going to be hard to take down if people are trying to do that. Uh, there's a lot of changes coming, and the Redeemer got some of its teeth taken away, so a lot of people are not happy with that. Long overdue, Gortok? With which one? With which ship?
Yeah, no, are you live?
Yeah. Oh, the MSR? Agreed. Yeah, I'm live on the Snowbirds
I
meeting room. I
I
don't know
don't
if
see. Is there? Is that a separate YouTube channel?
yes.
Oh, I don't guess I'm subscribed to that one. I'm sitting here. I don't have you.
Good G tie.
Uh,
Yeah, I made two channels. This one is for the uh, commentary and talk about SC, and the other one is the gameplay channel. So, hello, Miss Peaches. So, Miss Peaches, are you in line for a Zeus? We gotta know. We gotta know. Is Miss
Upgrade.
is
Upgrade the box.
Oh, I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that because you know how she feels about that ship.
can you send me a link to that channel,
Sure,
please?
sure. Hold
Is
on
it
one
Twitch and
second.
YouTube or just Twitch or
Just
just YouTube?
just YouTube.
Okay,
Hold on. Let me get a link for you, and I'll put it in your DM so you have it.
gotcha. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Why is that going in there? Cancel that. That's not the right thing. Let me see. Where? Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can get a link for you, Ty. Let me see. hold on a second. Okay.
Dave, are you watching his YouTube stream?
Yes, sir.
Well, can you just copy that link and send it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I can't.
That's all right.
I'm saying.
That's right. You got a lot going on with the streaming setup. It's probably easier for Shave to just copy and paste.
Okay.
If you were watching your own stream shadow, that is a level of narcissism that.
No, I don't do that. The only time I do that is when
I think you shaved.
I take a sound check so I can hear something if something's going on. Super always stirring the pot. Nope, I'm not. Well, Miss Peaches, we gonna have to work on that. But anyway, so we've seen the walkthrough that somebody put out for the for the CL and the ES, and I'll tell you, I'm excited. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. The one thing that a lot of people were like really excited for is when they looked down and saw the missiles through the see-through port. Wasn't that cool? I thought that was
Oh
slick.
yeah. Oh yeah. Right there in the flight deck.
Mm-hmm. And what did you guys think about going down to the lower part of the ship to go into the habitation and all like that? I thought that was slick.
Yeah, it just stares down. Yeah, it's really nice.
Mm, uh, so what do you guys think? And I'm gonna say it. I know that the ES only has 32 units of cargo, but it's an Explorer. It's not supposed to really be considered a cargo class ship. But the fuel, the tanks or the quantum tanks are going to be huge.
Oh yeah,
They better be
they should be.
Yeah.
if they're gonna reduce the cargo. That also the living quarters are much more comfortable. Not that that matters a whole lot in a video game, but it adds to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bunker ship? Really? I will take the ES and that size 3 radar. Yeah. Hey, Everett.
Be really cool if they came out like you have that ES and then you get like an exploration mech suit. That'd be kind of cool
Mm.
for
Why
hazardous atmospheres and.
why you teasing me like that?
There's precedent for that in the lore. There was what was that story? There was a serial story posted a long time ago, early days back in the old Wingman's Hangar days, about like an archaeologist that found remnants of the old Artemis ship, the first colony
Yeah.
ship before jump points were discovered.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point they're on a planet with like higher than normal gravity, like way higher, and they had to wear like mechanical assist suits.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Hey, Quantum Canuck, what's up, man?
I could see that being a thing, right? If you want to land and explore a planet or a moon that's bigger than the Earth or has a lot more gravity, then you'll need to bring something like that to allow you to move around on the planet's surface if you want to leave your ship.
You gotta collect rock
Yeah.
samples and all kinds of stuff.
I can see the ship's gravity field keeping you where it needs to be while you're inside it and landed. But if you want to step out, you gotta have the right equipment on.
Right.
Yeah.
So with the loadouts, the loadouts are going to be interesting now since everything is physicalized. That's going to be interesting. We know that they're supposed to have armor lockers and things like that once those become activated. So eventually, as we all know, eventually we will not be able to sit in the seat with a backpack on or any type of weapon or anything like that. So we're going to be stripped down to pretty much undersuits, you know, having
Or
stuff
yeah,
like that. Hey,
or
hello,
specialized flight suit.
Hello.
what's up?
Hey, hey.
How's everybody going?
What's going on? Um, with that, the new flight suit that Ty said he checked out in 24-2. There's there's no storage in the suit except for on the ankle.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think it's like we talked about it yesterday. It looks unfinished, right? You can put it on and you can wear it, but there's no internal storage, and everything your primary weapons, your sidearms, your utility tools, your ammo, even your med pins, everything wants to attach to a single attach point on your right boot heel.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it's physically in game, but it's not finished. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't put it in unless they're either going to finish it before point two comes out. You know, it's close enough that they're comfortable enough just putting it in and finishing it beforehand, or they'll pull it back out and put it back in. You know, just after CitizenCon
Well,
or just
this
during CitizenCon.
they did say in Spectrum that the goodie bags are going to be distributed out next week, this week. So
Yeah, but it's CIG, which means if something's not finished, they'll be like, okay, you're getting this stuff out of the goodie bag, sure, but you're not getting all of it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's coming out, but it's not going to be activated because it's set up for two, not one. You know what I'm saying? So certain things won't pop in until we go to 24-2.
Yeah.
I mean, last year when they dropped the goodie bag, we did see like some things that we could actually, check out and things like that, but certain things weren't activated until after CitizenCon dropped, and then they were making the awards and stuff on the floor. They were actually making them, and then we got them later. And remember, uh, last year, remember Shave, and I think Ty was in on this too, where we got the Novikov armor, the one that came out that looked like the Sulin,
Yeah.
and it didn't have the backpack, but it was saying, yeah, you're gonna get it advertised the backpack,
Yeah.
and they said, oh, we'll get them out in a later patch, and sure enough, in 23 we got our
They stuck 'em in.
backpacks. Yep, they
Yeah.
snuck them in. So there may be something to the flight suit that we don't know. They may add something to it, but for a flight suit, I don't see a backpack coming with it. You're going to have to attach one that, is somewhere else. And
I would imagine it looks like it functions about like light armor. I would imagine you could pop a light backpack on it, but eventually, of course, you'll have to take that backpack off before you get in the pilot seat.
right. What's up? What's up, Radium? How you been, man? Um, so all in all, the CL, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it. I am going to CCU my beautiful C1 to a CL because of the fact that I can get a C1 in game. Okay? But I do want the CL for the cargo capacity and the adventure of using it. I'm just gonna say it. I can't wait for my ES, but I'm upgrading my. What did you say, Tribunal? Seriously? Come on, man.
Rip.
No, I'm not. I'm not putting in the rest in peace. No, no, no. I'm gonna get one in game, but I'm just gonna kick back on it and just go for it. I mean, the CL is gonna be the next moneymaker. It'll be interesting
Yeah.
seeing how to pack the CL. Agreed. And Billy's Brew pointed this out, and a lot of people did, that once it gets close to the top, you're going to have certain boxes to go on the top to get complete full capacity, to get a full load, the full 128 on that ship. That's going to be interesting. So, anybody wants to know anything about what's going on in 24.2, let me put it in the chat, and Ty will,
Do his best.
do his best to get to it and check it out. But Ty, the thing we want to know,
Mm-hmm.
please tell us about the 600i generic HUD, the
I
MFDs.
I can't. The 600i, I don't have enough PTU store credit to buy one on the PTU store. And
Oh, that's right.
don't-
It went up in price.
Yeah, and I don't have enough in-game credits. They give us 15 million. I don't have enough in-game credits to purchase one in-game. And when I tried to rent ships in Arena Commander last night, it didn't give me the ships. And it seems like a whole bunch of stuff is broken that shouldn't be, right? Things like I'm having trouble with the cutter door, wanting to stay open, not closing, getting into bad states, and I couldn't understand like why what changed in a dot two patch, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could do that apparently, and it is in the leaks, and I know you know it. Um, but I'll put it here so other people can hear it. Apparently, dot two is running on 4.0 code base without some of the stuff that's exclusive to 4.0, because they are running on like the RMQ stuff,
Right.
and I guess they just put the whole thing. We don't have server meshing, of course, but I guess they put the whole thing on the 4.0 code base. We just don't have things like pyro, jump points, server meshing isn't enabled,
Mm-hmm.
that sort of stuff. So that will explain a lot of the new jank in
Mm-hmm.
dot two.
Yes,
Um,
it does.
Tribunal's got a question.
Sure.
Will the physical fuses be added to all ships, even though the mechanics are not coming till 4.0?
I cannot speak for all ships, but there are fuses in more ships. There's one fuse in the back of my cutter and room for at least one more. Of course, the cutter still has some empty component compartments that aren't implemented yet. I don't know what they're going to put in them, but yes, you can expect to see fuses in more ships, if not all ships, in dot two.
Make it so.
Radium says this morning one of the devs confirmed 4.0 code base for .2 on Answer the Call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Road Rash. Okay, so the next thought. Bounty hunting version 0.2.
Gib.
GIB.
Yeah, that's the only thought I have on that is just give it. We all want it. There's nothing in dot two that I've seen that points to it.
Mm-hmm.
So don't expect it until after 4.
Right.
Sure.
and that's where the MR, okay, same same frame, just a couple of different things inside the ship. Let me go to the interior of that one. Okay.
And I'm hoping they do cross-system bounty missions. That'd be kind of amazing.
Oh, that's going to happen. I, I I don't see that not happening because you're gonna. What if? Okay, this is a AI, and what if he escapes into
Right.
Pyro? You're
And
gonna have to
fleas,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go track him. Now that's gonna be interesting to play. I'm not gonna lie. I'll hop on the MR with you. I want to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
The more engaging they can make an NPC bounty, I mean, you've got player bounties. I don't know how that's going to work, right? Because
Yeah.
no player wants to be. I mean, even a pirate, right? You're playing a bad guy. That's all well and good. You get caught. Okay, fair game. You got caught. Now, are you forced to just stay in your body in restraints in the ship while they
Whatever
take you to a
happens.
station, and
Or
while they stop and have some lunch, maybe log off? How is that going to work? I don't see.
yeah.
I don't think that a player, even a pirate player, they should just have a choice to either wait it out and maybe try to plan an escape,
Mm-hmm.
or um, and there should be like gameplay options for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ways to do it, or um, they have the option to just skip to jail
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
and then run through the either the escape from jail or do their time or whatever they
But
want to do it.
it'd be nice. Maybe they could implement some sort of a system where, like, you know how you get your normal time at Klesher.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you were bountied by some other player, they could detain you for as long as your, detainment at Klesher would be, or something like that. That'd be kind of interesting.
Mm.
But I know, like, if I collect the bounty, I want to get paid for it probably.
Yeah.
Well, here's some things from the chat. Everett says, "Surprise, surprise! You got chopped, and the fuse pops. Light go." He's talking about the other stuff, and then reset breaker. Now we have to get a new fuse, and then for the bounty hunting, he says, "In my hawk you go." And then Radium says, "In my opinion, you'll be caught, cuffed, and immediately wake up in jail, while the bounty hunter gets your body to the nearest law enforcement outpost. If the hunter makes the delivery, your jail time goes up." Okay.
But what if the hunter doesn't make the delivery, right? If you automatically, first off, I think that gameplay would be acceptable, right? So I'm not jab. Who was it that said that?
Radium.
Radium, yeah, I think that would be an acceptable way to do it, but I would have questions. There would be edge cases, like, wow, what happens if, that bounty hunter, while transporting you, gets shot down, right? Is your character now dead? And instead of being in prison, do you revive in your pirate hospital now because you were never actually delivered? What if the bounty hunter player has to log off and he logs back in, and you've already been in prison for a few days, and then the bounty hunter logs in, he's still got your body. Okay, you like, did you starve to death, right? Because he wasn't feeding you.
What about your
Um,
gear? Yeah.
yeah. What happens to your gear? There's a lot
Like,
of
what
edge
happens if you
cases, I
just
think.
detain somebody in your own org? Because, we get some unruly dudes every once in a while.
Right?
Oh, hey.
It'll
It
be
was
interesting to see how they tackle all these questions.
it was
Yeah.
a mistake. I didn't mean to shoot him.
Right.
Wait a minute.
And I didn't mean to shoot him the second time either.
Right. Uh, no. Radium says no delivery equals no pay or half pay. Everett
Sure.
says if the hunter didn't make the delivery, maybe they were sold to pirates or given to or other group for work.
You know that
Oh
that's actually
no.
something that that they posited a long time ago, back in some of the early kind of design, the pure design era, the blue sky era, is they posited the idea that there are also unlawful jails and prisons, right? Slave labor.
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
You can get sold into slavery, and that would be similar to jail, right? Maybe spend so much time and get out, or you might get rescued, or you break free, right? Stuff like that. Um, so that's also a possibility. They haven't talked about it at all. It might be something that they surprise us with at some point.
Could be. They say, "Oh, Everett the slave master." It said, "LOL, nope. Human
Nope.
resources, extreme HR department." Oh man. Okay, so any more questions about the Zeus, the different variants, or anything like that? You know, I don't have anything else on the ship. I'm just excited for it.
I know Ty's holding out. I want to know how it flies.
How what flies?
The Zeus, he doesn't have access to it.
I know. I'm just kidding. No, we don't have it in game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if anybody's got any more thoughts on the Zeus, throw them in the chat and we'll talk about it. Any idea of the tractor range of the CL? It looks like it can go near the front of the ship. Um,
Did they say what size that tractor beam is?
uh,
Because it'll be like, if there's another ship in game currently with that size, it'll be the same range,
size 3 remote.
size 3 remote. So it'll be the same as any other size 3 remote in game.
Or did they kick it down, Gortok? Because you guys are saying size 2. Well, remember this is a year old, so it might have changed. Last I heard, it was size 2. They already did an initial concept sale. We all size 3 Zeuses. They'll probably do it again. Well, they're definitely going to do it again because the CL configuration has changed. So we'll definitely know. I have to look at that ISC again to see to hear at least what the size is of that tractor beam. But so far, I see it seems to be on this. It says a size 3. So anybody got any more thoughts about the CL, the ES, the MR on from what we're seeing on this website?
Nope.
Okay, so
Other than questions that can't be answered.
right, I want to know how it flies. I got to fly it, man.
And when.
Uh, Road rat, just give it to us already.
That's right.
Yeah, well, yeah, so the next thing, speculation about CitizenCon. What do you think we will see? I just hope we can see at night with the headlights. You got that right. Please, please give us some decent floodlights on the ship. I mean, the C2 has a bright, super bright light on it. So we got 19 days until CitizenCon.
Is it that close already?
Yes. And for those that are able to go in the UK, Limited
hate you.
stock on the
If
Timmy.
you're able to go, I hate you.
Oh man.
Mm.
Um, the speculation now. Good headlights are nice. You know that's right.
Hmm.
Um, there was a post. There was a post from one of the devs that worked on Squadron 42 for 4 years. He says, "Can you guess what we'll show at CitizenCon?" Okay, there's a lot.
And then they
Oh,
showed a video of the Vandal breaching a ship. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care what they show as long as it ends with a release date.
Mm. Massive speculation, but I would really love to see a release date, or if feature complete, I would love to get just a demo of it, just a free demo, because
A,
it's been. Go ahead, Shay.
like a video or a playable.
A playable.
Hmm.
Um, that's just my thought though, but I hope we see the rest of Squadron 42 storyline we had. This is my first sitcom, so not real sure what to expect. I know I want my goodie pack unknowns.
Who are you chatting with there? Who's got their first Citizen Con?
That's Billy's Brew.
Billy's Brew. I hate you.
Why?
Because he gets to go and I don't. It is not fair. I want him to go.
No, he's not it. He's not. He's. Are you going, Billy's Brew? Are you going to CitizenCon in England? Squadron 42 back in pledge with demo for new backers to grab the game. Oh, right, they did that already. So Squadron 42 playable. No, yeah. He can get. Oh no, I'm not going. This is just my first time, as in fairly
Oh, okay, we're
new
cool
to
then.
the game. um, I will be doing a watch party for CitizenCon like I did last year, and started up uh, like 7 o'clock in the morning to have it ready and stuff like that, and then show it off like I did last year. Um, so we know that last year they said it's feature complete. So we're at the polish stage.
Been polish. Well, he said it was in polish before
Yeah.
Citizen Con, right? It wasn't like, and we don't know if it was a month or a week or a day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was at least a day because they had to film that whole thing at their headquarters, right?
Right.
So it's been. I would say it has been in polish phase for over a year, and I like to believe that at CitizenCon they are going to announce a holiday release date this year.
Mm-hmm.
Been in polish for a year. I don't know anything about gaming development. I don't know if a year is a long time to polish a game like that, but I do know that it's a long time for me to wait for a polish for a game to get polished. So, yeah, I want a holiday release date.
So you saw Mark Hamill posted on X about it recently. What did he say? That he's excited for it to come out or something like that? I don't know. I stay away from X because it was Twitter and I'm not all into that. But he wants to hear the date too. Oh, okay. Well, he's been in. He did the game. You know, he's in the game, so he wants to hear it himself. And Gillian Anderson, she said, she's in it, and John Rhys Davies and Gary Oldman and all those.
Mark Strong,
Mm-hmm. Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
Yeah. So there's people that are waiting for it. If Squadron 42 drops this year, then CIG funding is about to skyrocket. Oh, well,
Yeah, we were just
remember
talking.
they took Squadron 42 out of the store, and it's been out of the store over a year.
That happened, what, about 318? Well, it was the spring before CitizenCon, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm. It was taken out of the store in uh 319,
319, okay.
and it's been over a year that it's been out of the store. So,
I would wager a bet that was about the time it. Now that I think about it, that might be when it went feature complete.
mm-hmm.
They got it feature complete, and then they decided let's take it out of the store now, and wait for release to sell it,
Could
or at
be.
least release date.
Mm-hmm. So for those that have a copy already, you're going to get the updated version. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. I'm not going to lie. I can't wait to tell people I got Squadron 42 just for $20 on a whim. Dude, when you became concierge, if you became concierge at a certain time of the year, when I first started the game, and I had a copy of Squadron 42, I bought one. And then when I hit concierge, they gave me SC and Squadron 42 for free, and I melted the copy that I bought. So I've got a free copy. I'm waiting for it
Well, I
now.
hope they. I'm I'm almost concierge just through subscriptions, and I'm hoping that I get a free copy of the game because then I can melt my game package because it's a bundle. I
Mm-hmm.
can melt my game package and and just have a ship,
Right.
just a starter ship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It would basically give me a chance to reset,
Right.
and then I'll
So
just spend all that other money on cosmetics.
so okay. So
Couches.
hey, I'm still
Just
got to get my couches, man. I want my couches, table, and chairs, and all that for my
I know you,
hangar.
you want that Drake seat. You want that
No,
Drake chair.
oh Lord, here we go. No, but anyway. Oh crap! I forgot. I don't need a starter pack anymore. So
Oh,
on
so
that thought, how many people are keeping multiple game packages on the Hope for AI crew? Hmm, that's a very interesting
Oh yeah,
thought.
because they talked about you being allotted so many crew, right, per starter package or something.
I don't know. That I don't
I
know.
I always thought that you would be like you would just hire NPCs with in-game currency. Right? There's not really a limit as long as you can pay for it. You get them.
Gortok, I got the Drake chair pack. I like the skulls. Right? I mean, I'm gonna get a set. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna get a set, and anybody come in there and snatch my stuff, they're gonna get shot.
Your your Drake table comes with
No,
copper still.
but um. So, as a thought, what is the most exciting thing you want to see at CitizenCon besides Squadron 42? Me
Org tools.
myself, hmm?
The Odyssey.
Me myself, I want to see base building. The what they're talking about, how it's going, at least give us some mechanics, and I would like to see the module for the galaxy. That's what I would like to see.
For
I've
my
got
part, I want to see org tools. We are on the cusp of bigger ships, bigger servers, massive multi-crew gameplay. We need ways in game for organizations to leverage all of that stuff. We need the tools,
mm-hmm.
like org-owned ships with permissions. Like if I'm, you could give me permission to take Snowbird 1 out anytime I wanted to.
Yeah.
As long as I go to wherever it's at, I can pull it because I would have permission. Permissions to access certain inventories, stuff like that. And that's
Mm-hmm.
just scratching the surface.
Mm-hmm.
We need that
Well,
stuff,
bed
and we need it
logging.
very soon. Yeah, logging off and on in ships. Um, and if a ship gets stored or landed somewhere, then you log back in, at the local landing zone or whatever.
Well,
If the ship is destroyed while you're logged off in it, maybe you wake up in a hospital and wonder, what the hell, how did I die?
Radium says he's got 3 game packs here for my crewman. Miss Peaches said, Miss, really? Miss Peaches? See, you secretly love Drake's ship, Shadow. I'm not even touching that. This makes me think that I can have AI crew based on my game packages, or could I buy them in game too? AI crew shop. Yes, you are correct, but game packs lets you customize those AI crewmen to your liking versus random appearance. Billy's Brew. Hot babes fill my crew. But for real, if my AI crew could do certain things while I'm offline, that would be cool. That's another thing. Um,
Right. Those crew permissions.
I don't know that CIG, because I seem to recall, God, I wish I could pull it up and remember exactly where I heard it, but I'm under the impression, and I may be wrong, that CIG doesn't want the game to play while you're not there. Right? They don't want that. They want you to be required to be in game and
mm-hmm,
active in
mm-hmm.
order to progress and accomplish things. So I don't think that they'll do that.
But this is a big thing. This is one thing that has always come up. Um, you're flying. You're in a ship. Okay, say you're out exploring. You don't dock. Okay, you don't dock.
Hmm.
You're still out, and you've got a crew with you. And you decide to log out. It's your ship. It's your ship. You decide to log out. That ship should not be locked where the crew can't keep going, and um, it's considered stolen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're talking about player crew.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
say you log back in, you log back in, you're on the ship. There may be some crew members still on, but then they log out and you keep going. And then eventually, when you're all in, you can land a ship, get fuel and all like that, and they can log out in that area. But if you don't, you know, uh, dock at a station or something like that, you should be able to bed log and come back, and the ship is still, in flight with the crew still running it. You know what I'm saying? This is one problem that they haven't uh, fixed yet. So that's another thing. I think server meshing will help that when it gets to a certain level. Um, that's just my
Yeah.
thought, though. I what do you guys think? I think that's something that needs to be addressed at some point.
Yeah.
AI crew would see your Drake ship a junk and start to repair and upgrade it to an Aegis. Also says you can gift these crew to other players. It does. I haven't read any of this. If you
That
leave,
sounds a lot like slave trading, I'll be honest.
if you leave,
gifting NPC crew.
if you leave your Argo Atlas in your ship and it's considered a passenger, with AI ground crew to serve it drinks and snacks. Everett. Well, at this point in time, uh, the Atlas is considered a crew, is considered a passenger on the ship. That's why you can't store it. So you have to take the Atlas off and then do it. But I don't know. It did work when 24.2 originally came out, or no, not 24.2, 24.1. Pardon me. It did work where you could leave the Atlas on the ship and it would store with the Atlas on it. And I was able to do it again last night, so it did work. I just don't know if it's going to be consistent. Only if the Atlas paid for a first class ticket. Oh, wow. But, okay. What is the next thing besides base building that people want to see or talked about at CitizenCon? What is the next thing?
Survival stuff, capabilities, fire, cooking,
Mm.
harvesting food.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like that.
I think
Building shit up there.
we're also going to see advances not for because we're on the verge of static server meshing. I think we're going to see advances in dynamic.
I had to pull
Uh,
my Atlas so I could store my C2 last night. More profession gameplay. That's a good
Uh,
one, Everett.
I'm also
And
looking forward to. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. I'll come back to it.
I mean, I just feel that we're getting close to 4.0. Once it hits, and we're able to do a lot of things with the cap ships. We all know that it's just going to be the Polaris right at this point. Then also you got your 890 jump. Uh, that's going to have a little bit more, you know, more functionality, I think. With because the 890 jump does have a battle bridge, and that was pointed out before by Radium that it does have its defenses. It can fight for itself, and utilizing that battle bridge is going to be interesting because does it have functionality? Does anybody know?
yes, it has some. You can't see, but if you sit in the pilot chair in the battle bridge and you hit F4, you can see that you are affecting the ship. You can fly the ship from back there.
Hmm. Okay. Because I've never utilized it. You know, I have an 890 jump that I bought in game. I just don't fly it very often because I particularly don't have any use for it unless we're doing an event and people can spawn, you know, in case
Well,
something happens.
Shadow, how do you walk? How do you explore your new 890 jump? Find a battle bridge and not immediately get in the cockpit to see if it flies.
Because I mean, I just never did. So I'm
Like
gonna
that's
have
just
to.
what you gotta do.
Well, I'm gonna have to pull it now that you said that. Uh, More ships are getting their modularity, like the Carrack and the Caterpillar. Agreed, but a lot. This is one thing. A lot of people are not happy with the Carrack because it can't carry cargo,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
is something that they have to fix with the modularity. And the Caterpillar, well, we know that the cockpit, the command center, is supposed to detach from the ship, and that's coming also with the Ironclad, which the Ironclad is still a ways away. A leak that dropped today the Misfortune, a mid-range salvage ship, from what they were saying in this leak. Will the command center be able to control both of those? No, I don't know. I don't. Maybe now this will be interesting if the Caterpillar's command center is able to connect to the Ironclad. That would be interesting. I don't know. We don't know. That would be kind of cool if it does. If it does, but now I lost my train of thought. What question did I ask?
Wait, where am I?
Yeah, I saw that and I had to answer it.
So
Go ahead.
there's a leak that just popped up from Pipeline. It says there appears to be some sort of bug with ship speeds causing nav mode boost speeds to appear to be much lower than they should be, even with the nerf listed in the patch notes. Said they're not able to get to a high speed until they are far out of the atmosphere and into deep space. So the issue, I don't think, in my experience, is with the ship speeds themselves. The
Okay.
atmospheres are extending way too far out. I mean, if you're at Baijini Point at ArcCorp, you are still flying with atmospheric drag. You have to keep your. You can't you decouple it. It slows you down, right? You
That's
have to keep your. Yeah,
yeah.
that's something they're gonna have to fix. But
That's
any yeah, anything with an atmosphere is because I experimented with this last night at Aberdeen. I was like 85K from the planet surface, from a point on the planet surface that I was looking at, and directly above it, and it was I was flying in atmosphere. I was getting atmospheric drag.
okay. So yeah, I'm looking at it now, Ty. Um. Okay. The Misfortune. That's what I was talking about. I'm sorry.
No, I apologize for interrupting you.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Um. Now they're saying some details from the files. Okay. Now this is just details from the files. We don't know if this is actually going to drop. Some details from the files. Salvage arm, only one mentioned. Seat access from ladder. Main cargo grid, salvage cargo grid, left and right filler stations, cargo lift, base model file, possible variants planned. We don't know. But if this is a salvage ship that goes from a vulture to the fortune to the reclaimer, there's your mid tier. We don't know if that's going to actually come to life. I have no idea. But like you said, like we've always said, and leaks are with a grain of salt because it's stuff that may be in the files that we won't see for a while. I think so since it showed two hoppers. Yeah, it's a mid tier ship. It's just going to be interesting to see that. Um, if anybody else has got any thoughts on it, Shave, I know you interested in
Oh, you know that's right.
it. How about
I'm just I gotta make the decision like others have already talked about. Is how bad do I want? I want to get it downsized from the reclaimer. I mean, maybe it's a better ship overall. Maybe it is just as capable but smaller and easier to handle. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Well, they do need something that's a step between the vulture and the reclaimer. Right?
Yeah.
There's room there for something in between.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How about a salvage drone with a RMC bag to replace? That would be cool. That would be cool. Um, that's pretty much some of the stuff that I want to see in Citizen Con. Now, Ty said that when he went into the character creation,
Oh,
he did see the new hairdos, the beards, and the tattoos and stuff like that. It just didn't work very well at this point. On your character, Ty, were you able to implement any of those new features?
Yes. I played around with some of the tattoos. The part that doesn't work very well isn't, well, I didn't try everything, but I didn't have trouble with the actual features. It was the menu on the right side. Um, they're they don't show right. You have to basically click on a tattoo
Mm-hmm.
in order to see what it looks like on your character. It's not previewed on the right side like the hairstyles are. And currently, saving and loading a character is broken,
Mm, okay.
so that's a problem. But I don't think they'll have. That doesn't seem like the type of thing they'll have trouble fixing.
No,
I did
no
recall.
cyberware, no robotic limbs. Oh, Everett,
Not yet. Not yet.
no
Did,
bionics, no bionics yet.
I
So
recall. Go ahead.
here's a question. Here's a question for the community. Um, would you rather be able to just in the character creator give yourself, cybernetics, bionics, or would that sort of thing be should that sort of thing be reserved for like grizzled veterans who have been through battle and there was a medical necessity for
Hmm.
it,
Hmm.
right?
Because when you log out and eventually they're going to do this, we know that your DNA is going to degrade after a
Hmm.
certain amount of time and so many respawns.
Well, you said log out. You meant respawns.
Yeah,
It's not going to degrade on logouts.
yeah,
That would be ridiculous.
yeah. But when you come back in, right, and you go to your character, right, you should be able to see those enhancements, if I'm
Yeah.
correct. Then you could actually change something, if you feel that that is not what you need. But I don't know if they'll allow you to do that. That'll be interesting.
I recalled what I was thinking of earlier is what I'd like to see from Sikana is when the ship is disabled, being able to repair it. Like, or if you hit the water, you don't necessarily just explode. They mentioned something about that. You would be able to repair your ship and not necessarily have to worry about just blowing up every time something went awry. I think that'd be quite a fantastic upgrade to the game.
Well,
You know,
the
ships
eight,
being dead in the water instead of just exploding.
Right.
yeah, like the 890 jump. Okay, the 890 jump should be able to land in the water. Okay,
That would
and
be great.
and not collide, because that's what it is. It's a collision. Each time we get too close to the water, we boom.
And
Yeah.
we should be able to host raves on that 890 jump in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Or swim even.
The
But
avatar body
someday.
mod should be done in game only. Okay, drop hammer. Yes, no legs, no problem. Have a seat with spider legs power pack. Wake up like Luke. Okay. But yeah, we don't know. Um, you can go into the character creator with the limbs already attached, but then you could change something on your character still, and then go into game. Underwater bases when CIG. Drop hammer.
Mm-hmm.
If they allow you to put cybernetic limbs on your character, initially, right? If that's a choice that the player can make, that needs to be a choice that can't be taken back. Right? At some point, your character lost that arm, and it is not coming back. If you want to start the game with it, I can see that. I mean, I can see. I like the idea of giving players choices, but you shouldn't be able to just go back into the character creator and get rid of that arm.
No.
Now they do allow a lot of things like you can go to a hospital and change your appearance, your gender, and all that stuff, and I'm for it. But cybernetics should be the consequence of something happening that is irreversible. That's my personal opinion on it.
Well, like we say, eventually that body is going to die. It can't be regenerated.
Hmm.
So you'll get a new body, but it will be a descendant. It will not be your original character,
Right.
and basically you're starting from scratch.
Your heir. Well, not from scratch,
Well,
right? They'll have all the stuff and all the gear.
yeah.
There'll be a death tax. Percentage of the UEC will just get lost. That goes to
Mm-hmm.
the government, and your reputation will carry over to a degree, right? If your mom or dad or uncle or whoever left you all this crap was in good with the Nine Tails, then you're going to have a better starting reputation with them, and maybe a less you'd be less reputable with Crusader Security, because you've got that reputation, and you're going to have, if you now want to play this new character as, he didn't even associate with his uncle and he has no interest in being part of the Nine Tails. You want to play a lawful character now. You're going to have to prove to the world that you are not your dad or whoever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I like that you can't just reset your character by dying a whole bunch of times. If I get tired of being a pirate, I can't just kill myself a whole bunch of times until it triggers the inheritance, and then be completely free of those consequences.
Right. Has Ty explored caves at all? Yes, he has, Billy's Brew. And
I have.
Ty, it's all on you, man.
The rock caves. There. I explored a rock cave first. That was big. I flew my cutter into it. I know we have caves that we can fly into now, but there was literally, I flew in my cutter, and I landed on a big ledge that had some tunnels leading off to it. But there was a chasm below where I landed, where I also could have went down, and I have no idea where that would spread out to, how far that would go. But the rock caves look quite a bit like what we've got now. It was a new, what I saw was a new shape of one, like a new cave that I had never seen before. Then later on, after Shadow went to bed last night, we went to an acidic cave. The rock cave had some minables in it. I had some problems with actually mining. There's some glitches with the multi-tool, which I won't get into right now. But the acidic cave, it reminded me of pictures you see of like Carlsbad Caverns. Like the rock is very yellow and sulfurous in appearance, and it all kind of looks rounded and melty. It's not sharp and craggy like the caves that we see a lot of right now. There are little pools of green acid. I went into some, but I couldn't find any that were very deep, and I didn't take any damage. I heard that they would damage you. I don't know. I didn't experience that for myself, though. But I also didn't find, like, a deep pool. There were no minables in the acidic cave that I was in. And from what I could tell, there are no minables. But the acidic cave is where I saw that we had a map. Had a map in a cave, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have one in the rock cave, so it wasn't... I I guess it wasn't working in that cave, but the acidic cave I went into had a map, and it was glorious.
Okay. Okay.
No more getting lost.
Right.
I mean, you can still get lost a little bit, but you're not gonna like get lost to the point where you're not gonna be able to find your way out before you starve to death.
Okay. Trying to think if there was anything else. Does anybody have any questions about the goodie bag that is coming up? We'll be getting the what you call it. They're going to be distributed, but certain things will not be revealed until CitizenCon. Uh, there are two items that are redacted, and they'll be developed live at CitizenCon uh, for this one goodie bag. Now, the premium goodie bag will have an extra weapon in it and something else. I can't remember what it was supposed to be. Several items in the digital's goodie bag will be crafted live on CitizenCon showroom floor with your input. This bag would be delivered later this year as items are completed. Any ideas on what those will be? Like a shirt or weapon? Did they do this last year? Last year, yes, they did. There were things that were actually uh, created on the showroom floor, and we did get them later in the year.
So I would speculate that the things that we are going to get crafted at CitizenCon are going to be basically just knickknacks, right? Things can be just picked up and held. I don't think they're going to have much in the way of functionality because they are literally crafting them in one day. There's some artist sitting in a booth crafting this item from scratch in one day. So obviously they'll have their designs and stuff planned out already and know what they're going to be doing. But I mean, one day is not much time to build the type of high resolution asset that CIG uses for their stuff. So I don't think it'll be anything with any kind of functionality. That said, I think it will be cool, right? It'll be a neat thing to have.
Well, last year, when you were on the floor last year, if anybody wants to view some of that stuff, it's from last year. It's back in all the videos that I did on the main channel, the Shadow Spectre 11 channel. You can see the 2 days of CitizenCon with Ty and Voidwalker Joe and Dyer was there last year in Los Angeles, and you can view some of the stuff that he had seen while we
I will
were watching.
apologize. I will apologize right now because I am not a professional at all, and it shows in what I was doing. It was just kind of something we decided to do last minute.
Yeah, it was a quick boots on the ground thing, and it was fun. We had a good time doing that.
Oh yeah, it was fun, but it's not professional.
Right. There is another goodies pack that is available for the premium, and there were some things inside of it. I can't remember what Spectrum post that was. I have to look it up.
As far as I could tell, and I looked, the only thing you're talking about this year's CitizenCon, right? The only thing that's different is the premium goodie pack comes with an actual ticket to CitizenCon, and the only thing that's different is you get a third P8 AR, and it originally started out as just the base model, but they have upgraded it to a different paint.
Ammo. Yeah.
Yeah, a different style.
Yeah, it was a camo paint.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I guess people weren't happy with the fact that the only thing you got extra for actually buying a ticket and being there was, a base model that will be able to be bought and found in game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's legitimate, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
so they
Excuse me.
upgraded it.
Go ahead, Shay.
Proper incentives, please. Yeah.
Hmm.
But I mean, there's a lot of things that are coming about CitizenCon, and we're still waiting for, all the particulars about what it's going to be. They haven't set up thrown out the schedule yet of how things are going to go. Um, there's the cosplay contest. There's the community booths and all that stuff. Premium, premium ticket UE pennant flag plus P8R AR base single fire.
Is there
Okay.
is there a pennant flag that's not in the regular thing too?
Yeah, let me go check it. Let me check it.
Yeah, something else while you're looking. Something else I would like to see at CitizenCon is just like the roadmap to release, right? So I want them to release the progress tracker
Mm,
to 1.0.
mm,
I want to see that,
mm,
or at least talk about it and show their plans.
mm-hmm. Um, okay. Now this is the one that we can get. Uh, yeah, there's no um, pennant flag and plus the P8 AR based single fire. Yeah, it's not in there. So that's what you just said, Tribunal. That's for the premium. Thank you. That's pretty much it. I mean, there are a lot of things that we do want to see and know about and things of that nature, but we're all um, just waiting. We'll see what happens. Has anybody got anything that they want to add to this or uh, talk about before I close this out? This was a good one. Um,
Did we talk about the Zeus yet?
uh, really?
Can we talk about the Zeus again?
You want to talk about the Zeus some more? Oh my goodness.
One thing I am getting ready to check right now, right? You were talking about the Argo Atlas counting as a person
Mm-hmm.
and not being able to be stored. So I just purchased a Cutlass Black for the sole purpose of putting an Atlas on board it and seeing what happens to see if that's working.
Because it was an issue um, in the PTU when they dropped it, um, and then it was fixed in the PTU. I remember that distinctly because I couldn't log out or bed log, and they did fix it, and it came back in this patch. But anybody else got any thoughts?
Mm-mm.
Any comments or anything like that? Just throw it out there. Let us know, and we'll go from there. But October 19th and 20th, those are the days for SitCon. So that Friday, the 18th, we will we will know if they're going to drop 24.2 a day or a couple days early and then activate things this week. Was there a roadmap roundup this week or this past week?
That I'm not sure.
Let me check.
Last I seem to recall the last roadmap roundup just being like nothing new to report.
Yeah, it wasn't really extensive. Hold on one second. I gotta kick it back a little bit. Community.
Yeah, there was one on the 18th.
Okay, so we're due for one this week.
Okay, there was a couple things. They just mentioned acidic caves, rock caves, MFD rework, and the Atlas, all added to the release view.
Right.
Um,
Okay, so. Okay, all of this has been released. Okay, released the Argo Atlas and the Peregrine. And then we still have the MFD rework, new displays tentative. The, the ES and the CL are tentative, and that's in the cards right now. Um, Locations, acidic caves, and rock caves. That's pretty much everything that's there. We're just waiting for the stuff to drop. So that's pretty much all I had for this Snowbirds meeting room. Um, if anybody's got any thoughts, comments, leave them in the Discord. Uh, I'll try to, look up the information and find out about it. And also, uh, if you have any questions for Space Guy Ty, leave them in the uh, Star Citizen chat, and I'm sure he'll answer and let you know what's going on with Evo on 24.2. So I'd like to thank Super and Space Guy Ty for coming in and hanging out with me and talking about some stuff and answering questions and bringing up topics. I have a comment. Drake ships are the best ships. Really, Miss Peaches? Really? Wow. Really? And for Mr. Joker for stopping by. Basically, that's pretty much it. Um, just a hearty thank you. You're welcome, Everett. And Road Rash. Road Rash.
He's got a fan base. What are you gonna do?
So, anyway, I'm going to close it out here. I appreciate everybody for stopping through and asking questions and putting your thoughts out there about what we've got so far and how far we're going. And
Shadow,
yeah,
you can postpone for like a minute. I'll have the answer to whether the Argo can be stored.
okay,
I pulled it up. I pulled it off the pad. Now I've got to send the pad back down for the colors.
okay.
And I specifically chose this cutlass for you.
Yeah, I know you.
Know how much you.
Yeah,
Not just any cutlass. It's a cutlass black.
Ah,
Your favorite one.
I gotta hit somebody on that one. I had to throw it out there. Oh, but I mean, it's coming. It's coming. It wouldn't store mine. Now I have two. What do you mean, Gortok? It wouldn't store? It gets stuck?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yep. My mom bought it.
Yep. I will come and give her a kiss.
I didn't know it was that kind of a show.
Yeah, right? when you claim your atlas, you can have as many when you can have many when they if they don't store. I walked off the pad and claimed another. Yeah, I've done that. Weird that CIG used the mirror image in the background there. Bow Chicky Wow Wow L Everett. Well, I'm gonna say this. This was weird, and last night while I was doing stuff, I would get a medium hanger because I was flying Snowbird 2 to C1, and I would get a medium hanger, go inside, and then it would show my atlases were destroyed. So I would have to go, I would claim them, then I would store the C1 and get a large hanger because the large hanger went away. It was weird. This is where the Drake couch would come in handy. Really, Miss Peaches? Wow.
So I'm moving. The Cutlass Black has an Argo in it right now, and I am moving it to storage.
Okay.
And we'll see if it comes back up.
Both of mine work fine. I have each of them at the
Yeah,
end
it spit the ship back out, so you still can't store an Atlas on a
Okay.
ship.
Okay. There's Drake colors and armor print. Both of mine work fine. Hello.
Hola.
Hey, what's up, Tex?
Much better. How are you?
All right. What's going on, man?
Oh, in the game?
All right.
I'm just in the live.
Try to.
Just got in, so.
Okay. Try to store just the Atlas. The thing is, to store the Atlas, you have to bring something up, move it off, and then try to store the Atlas. Or leave the pad up to store it. Which is kind of crazy, but it is what it is.
Well, right now I've got both the Atlas and the Drake on the pad. The
Mhm.
Atlas is outside the Cutlass, just sitting on the pad next to it, and I'm going to try and store the Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is happening.
Mm. But you should be able to store the Atlas. That's the thing.
Yeah. And I went ahead and I'm storing the Cutlass now instead of the Atlas, because you hit the Atlas with the Drake ship on there, you try and store it and it just doesn't do anything. It says moving to storage, but nothing happens.
Mm.
So I clicked store on the Cutlass and it just spits everything back up.
He says store the Drake without the Atlas. That's what Gortak is saying.
Yeah, I could store the Cutlass without the Atlas for sure. I'd have to move the Atlas off the pad to do it. I'm just experimenting to see what happens with different things.
Atlas should have ship exterior clamps. He says then try to store the Atlas. Yeah, but the elevator doors will close if you just try to store the ship. And the elevator door close and you won't be able to store the Atlas. You have to bring something up or something like that. Move it off and then store the Atlas.
Unlike the cargo elevator, unlike the freight elevator, we do not have an option to just raise up an empty platform.
Right.
But I am going to try. I'm pulling the Atlas off, and once the Cutlass Black is down, I'm going to leave the Atlas on the doors and just try and store it. I'm just going to park it on top of the doors and see what happens.
I don't know. I think if you it'll try to bring the elevator up, maybe.
Maybe. So sending the cutlass down. I'll go run back to the Atlas.
I've gotten to the point where I'll take the Atlas and store it over to the side instead of bringing it all the way to one end of the hangar where it's close to the kiosk.
Mm.
And that way it's not so far away. If you can retrieve it, you should be able to store it. Yeah, I agree, Gortok. I ain't gonna lie.
So hangar doors are the floor doors. The elevator is lowered. The doors are closed. The Atlas is standing on top of the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And I can claim it, but not store it.
Hmm.
So let's exit my personal hangar and head up to the ASOP terminals.
What if they want to store the Atlas in our warehouse?
Well, that will be a thing, right? Vehicles, they still plan on allowing us to pull vehicles from the freight elevators.
Mm-hmm.
So I would imagine the Atlas will be included in that. And I still can't store. It doesn't even show up on the, excuse me, on my list here. So yeah, you just have to kind of set it off to one side and then leave it there, and then whenever you want to use it somewhere else, just claim it. It's what, a 30-second claim?
If you expedite it, yeah.
And a minute if you don't. Like it's not very long.
2:30.
2:30.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get someplace new, you know you're going to use it. I guess you could be prepared, and when you store your ship, go ahead and claim it.
You can
and
also
then go do your stuff and come back and use it.
Well, there's this option too. If you have multiple, you can keep one as a deliver, you know,
Yeah.
and pull it that way where it's practically instantaneous. Now,
To be honest, a lot of these issues are just going to clear themselves up once we can pull vehicles, once we can raise a hangar floor empty, once we can, once all of this other stuff is in place, this problem is just going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the workaround is an extra couple of minutes or less if you want to expedite.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too bothered about it, personally.
Now, if you claim it, you'll have two. That's
Yes.
what Gortok is saying. Yeah.
Yes. That's the same for any vehicle.
But anyway, anybody else got any thoughts or comments about Evo 2024.2? Anything we discussed today or thought about, talked about? I'm all good. Nope. Alrighty. Well, thank you for coming to the Snowbirds meeting room. Thanks for Space Guy Ty and Super Shaved and Mr. Joker and Tex and everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I will see you all tomorrow for some regular gameplay, and we're going to be setting up a Friday night race. I got to find a venue for it, and just an event to have some fun, and see you then. Take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and enjoy your afternoon and all that good stuff. Take care. Have a good one.